Robert Redford wasn't born a Hollywood insider, but he became one of the most respected names ever to walk its golden boulevards. Before the fame, before the Oscars, before the Sundance empire, he was just a restless kid from Santa Monica, California, born on August 18, 1936, with a sketch pad in his hand and a dream that didn't yet have a name. He didn't grow up in luxury. His father worked as an accountant for Standard Oil, his mother cared for the family, and young Robert spent most of his time outdoors, climbing, drawing, and daydreaming about bigger worlds. No one could have guessed that this quiet kid would one day change not just the movies he starred in, but the entire movie industry itself. So today, let's dive into 10 fascinating facts about Robert Redford, the actor, the director, the activist, and the visionary who turned independence into an art form. Fact number 10, he almost became a baseball star. Before the cameras ever rolled, Redford's future seemed destined for the diamond. He earned a baseball scholarship to the University of Colorado thanks to his athletic skills and competitive spirit. But life had other plans. He lost that scholarship after a period of heavy partying and self-doubt. Rather than give up, he took the setback as a signal. It was time to chase something more creative. That failure was the spark that lit the fire. Fact number 9, he found himself in Europe. After leaving college, Redford hitchhiked across Europe, painting street scenes and studying art in Paris and Florence. Those wanderlust-filled years changed him. They gave him a love for culture, architecture, and storytelling, all of which would later color his films. He once said, "Travel taught me humility and how many different ways there are to be human." That insight stayed with him for life. Fact number 8, Broadway was his first big break. Before Hollywood knew his name, Broadway audiences already did. In the late 1950s, Redford appeared in several plays, slowly building confidence and skill. His breakout stage role came in Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, a hit romantic comedy that later became a major film co-starring Jane Fonda. That performance showcased the natural charisma that would define his screen presence for decades. Fact number 7, he became a star with one legendary role. In 1969, everything changed. Redford was cast as the Sundance Kid opposite Paul Newman in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The chemistry between the two actors was electric. Their charm, wit, and sense of rebellion defined a new kind of American hero, flawed but fearless. The film became a phenomenon and gave Redford the nickname that would follow him for life, Sundance. Fact number 6, he turned down more roles than most actors dream of. Redford's career could have been even bigger, but he was famously selective. He turned down roles in The Graduate, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and The Godfather. Why? Because he valued authenticity over fame. He once said, "I only take roles that feel honest. If I don't believe it, the audience won't either." That integrity became his trademark. Fact number 5, he mastered both sides of the camera. By 1980, Redford wasn't just a star, he was an artist behind the lens. His directorial debut, Ordinary People, stunned Hollywood with its emotional depth and quiet realism. The film won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Director for Redford. It proved that he wasn't just a pretty face, he was a storyteller of remarkable empathy and vision. Fact number 4, he built a home for independent film. Frustrated with Hollywood's obsession with money and spectacle, Redford created something radical, the Sundance Institute in 1981, followed by the Sundance Film Festival. What began as a small workshop in Utah grew into the heartbeat of independent cinema. Directors like Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, and Damien Chazelle all owe part of their careers to Redford's doors he opened. He didn't just make movies, he made room for everyone else to make them too. Fact number 3, he fought for the planet long before it was popular. Decades before climate change was a household phrase, Redford was fighting for conservation. He produced environmental documentaries, supported renewable energy initiatives, and spoke before Congress on the need to protect public lands. He wasn't following a trend, he was leading one. For him, activism wasn't politics, it was stewardship. He said, "We don't own nature, we're just borrowing it." Fact number 2, he stayed private in a world obsessed with fame. Despite being one of the most admired men in Hollywood, Redford avoided gossip columns and red carpet drama. He married twice, raised 4 children, and kept his personal life remarkably low profile. That mystery only deepened his appeal. To audiences, he represented the best kind of celebrity, one defined by work, not noise. Fact number 1, his legacy is written across generations of filmmakers. Robert Redford's impact goes far beyond his own films. He mentored countless directors, funded hundreds of indie projects, and changed the course of American storytelling. Movies like The Sting, All the President's Men, The Natural, Out of Africa, and All Is Lost remain timeless classics, but his true legacy lives in the creative freedom he gifted to others. When asked how he wanted to be remembered, he said simply, as someone who made space for others to dream. Bonus fact, even in his final years, he never stopped creating. Though he announced his retirement in 2018, Redford continued to appear in select roles, including The Old Man and the Gun and the acclaimed drama Dark Winds. When he passed away in 2025, tributes flooded in from every corner of the industry, from actors he inspired to filmmakers whose first break came through Sundance. He was remembered not just as a movie star, but as a builder, a mentor, and a true believer in art's power to change the world. Robert Redford's story is more than a Hollywood success. It's a map for anyone chasing purpose over popularity. He showed that greatness isn't about spotlight or status. It's about persistence, curiosity, and the courage to stand for something bigger than yourself. He didn't just act in some of the best films ever made. He made film itself better. So the next time you watch a small independent movie that moves you, or see a young director rise from nowhere, remember, somewhere in that success, there's a little bit of Robert Redford's spirit, guiding, inspiring, and reminding us all that art at its best is an act of rebellion wrapped in hope. He didn't just play heroes on screen, he became one behind the scenes, the quiet visionary who taught Hollywood to dream differently.